Alright, today's subject is about how to start a welding business. Starting a welding business is actually a very good thing to do now at this time, because we're seeing that there is a lot of people that are interested in welded products, more especially here in Malawi. This is a very fast growing business because there's a lot of things that have to be done. We have seen also houses turning from having wood used for roofing now going to steel. So it's creating a lot of opportunities for people who are in the welding field. And starting a welding business does not only require that you be a welder. Even if you're not a welder, you can also start the business. Like myself, I'm not a welder, but I started the business. I ran a welding workshop. So it's not an industry where you can always be limited to say that you need to first have the welding qualification or you need to be a welder to be able to start a business. But you need to be able to understand what goes on in the welding field. And there are so many ways that you can learn. You can learn by working around with people who are doing welding business, or you can go on the net. YouTube is actually the best source for you to learn the welding. As for myself, I had to do a lot of research because in the beginning, when I came back from South Africa to start a business, I started a business in the property development industry. So, but I had brought a welding machine and a grinder because I knew that when you are working with property, you will be from time to time required to actually do maybe windows, do door frames and all those kind of things. So I had brought a welding machine. But now, as I was busy doing the business, at the time, cement blocks were not popular in Malawi. So somebody asked me to build a house for her using cement blocks. And then I had brought a machine, a manual machine from South Africa. And when I was building the house using these blocks, sharing the pictures on Facebook, there was a lot of debate about cement blocks at that time, because cement blocks were not at all common in Malawi. So I kept on educating people about cement blocks, and then one day somebody asked me that they wanted to have a machine. So how can I help them? So I had to take this machine to Kanengo and bought some scrap there, and we made the machine, the first machine. So I made this machine even though I didn't have a welding machine, even though I didn't know anything about welding. So I simply just went there and supervised the guys, the welders there, to do the business, to make this machine for me. So that's why I'm saying that this is a very interesting industry. I mean, like welding, carpentry. Nowadays, you can start a carpentry business without even being a carpenter yourself. You just have to go and learn more on YouTube, how you can run this business, how things are done, what tools that are going to be used. And you don't necessarily have to have the tools. You can always go and work with the carpenters who are existing there. So for you to start a welding workshop, if, say for example, you have no knowledge, you don't know anything about welding, what you can do is you can be doing research on the internet and getting ideas. And those ideas, you can be drafting them on paper, go find a welder, buy materials, and you supervise the welder to do that thing for you, and then you sell it. So you don't have to have the equipment. And you can start like this so that you can be able to save money, so that you can eventually be able to start your own welding workshop. So I'm going to share the series of how to start this business. And this was just an introduction to explain what you require, what you need to start a business. But yeah, we are going to touch on how to get your equipment for your welding business, and then how to get the welders, the right welders, how to work with the welders also. We are going to touch on that. And we're also going to touch on the marketing of your business, how to research for ideas, because there are so many ideas that you can implement. Some of them, we haven't even started doing them yet here in Malawi. So how to search for the ideas, and then also how to price your products when you have finished producing your products. So yeah, so keep on following this series as I go on to educate you on how to start a welding business. Remember, you don't necessarily have to be a welder to start a welding business. Thank you.